I've got to admit, I love a good film burn. I love everything about the details, the textures, all the little artifacts, everything written or printed on the film celluloid. It's a beautiful style. For a long time, I've relied on a very vast library of very short clips of stock film burns. And now at long last, for editors and visual effects artists like myself, there is a new plugin from Boris Effects called Sapphire FilmBurn, and within the transition effects, it has a counterpart to give your edits a stylized, quick, and customizable film burn transition. Today, we'll be solely working in Adobe Premiere Pro, but the principles taught here absolutely apply to all your favorite NLEs where Boris Effects is found. When I think of what footage would be most appropriate for film burns, I think of the old world. I curated a collection of one of the most beautiful cities I've ever heard of, Prague in the Czech Republic. A city famous for being preserved during wartime and known for its legend of an ancient golem that protected the city, which may or may not be the reason I go visit someday. Now let's look at this edit that I put together. The sights are tremendous, and I did my best to leave out everything that looks modern. Let's begin. Under the effects panel, type in FilmBurn. If you want to learn all the details about how to use FilmBurn, I highly recommend you check out the video that I made previously about the full plugin, which takes you deep into the parameters. But for this tutorial, let's simply drag and drop S_FilmBurn transition right to the front. Let's just take a look at the details. You have lines, hairs, stains, grain, specks, and dust, not to mention multiple different colors helping the transition, and what looks like a beautiful transfer mode. First thing I'm gonna do is shorten this and then add another one. I wanna shorten this one as well. Obviously, this is the same effect, but if you select the effect itself, you can dive into all of the different parameters. You'll notice that all three flashes do something different. We have our scratches, hairs, stains, dust, and grain. We could add writing, leader markings. You can even add the edges to make jittery sprockets. And each of these things are customizable. Take, for example, those edges. We can switch them up and change their effect. There are all kinds of different ways you can make adjustments to this. But for quick options, I want you to load the preset browser. In the preset browser, we can test out a variety of things before we put it to work. These make for some incredible options. What I'd like to do is play back this short edit using every single one of those presets, and you can feel for yourself what tone I'm projecting on the city here. Obviously, I could do this one at a time, but let me show you a quick tip. Command or Control click and drag to select every single edit point. If you plan on using a transition a lot, like I am for this demo, all you need to do is right-click, set selected as default transition, and with all these selected, hold Shift and tap D. Now the entire edit has our transitions. Now load the preset browser and make your adjustments. Let's render to make sure these powerful effects look as smooth as possible. This is absolutely stunning, but I want to show you one other little tip that's going to make it look more authentically filmed on an old camera. Let's use Control or Command A to select all. Click on Nest, and now go to Opacity, and let's give it an imperfect square. Let's even round some of these edges, just for fun and variety. Then let's bump up the feather to about 50 something and render to playback. Now it looks like we've got beautiful footage straight out of the past. Even though you might be able to convince the audience that this is old footage, the FilmBurn transition looks great on every kind of edit. Sports videos with a lot of action, vlogs, advertising, this looks beautiful pretty much no matter where you use it. And you can test it out right now if you go to borisfx.com and get your free trial of Sapphire FilmBurn. My name is Zak Ciotti. Thank you for watching.